If you've ever been bullied or left out for being weird, come to the front. What if I told you there are people out there who want to pay you for being yourself? I've been in several commercials over the past 7.5-ish years or so, but there was one that I did a couple years ago that was different from all the rest, and I'll tell you why. I was doing a commercial for a major insurance brand, and I was playing a musician. They had mailed me the clothes that they wanted me to wear to set. It was like complete with a cute little hat, like they were all brand new clothes. And I got onto set, I checked in, and there was this house off to the side, like a really nice, cute little house. And then there was this sort of warehouse that they were also working out of. And after I checked in, the PA showed me around, introduced me to everybody, and there was this room that I had gotten to where there were like a bunch of people at computers, and there was this huge projector screen. And I need you to remember that there was a projector screen and then there were people at computers, okay? Well, I get over to the house, which is the set that they're shooting at. I go through makeup, and then I shoot for a little bit with the director, and he's like, okay, we're gonna take a break. And he goes over to the other building for a while. I think he might have been gone for like 10, 15 minutes. And I was chatting with, I think he was the AD, the assistant director. And I was chatting with him for a minute, and he was like, oh, do you mind if I get a few pictures for set photography? And so we were taking pictures for a little bit. The room that I was filming in, it was set up like a studio there were guitars hanging on the wall, there was recording set up. I was sitting at a desk where there was a mic, and he was like, can you pretend to sing into the mic so I can get some photos of that? And I was thinking to myself, well, I'm playing a musician, I'm actually a musician, so let me just sing for real. So I just made up this little silly song real quick, and if you know me, that's just what I do. I make up little silly songs. I'll break out into song at any given moment. So I just lean over into the mic and I'm like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Next time, call AARP or something like that. And we were both laughing because it was like, again, it was a silly little song, okay? And right after I sang that little song and we were giggling about it, I get a call. I'm like, hello, and it was the director, and he was like, hey, I'm in the other building. Before I come back over, I just want to let you know that I want you to just keep that same energy. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Is this a threat? He was like, the energy you're giving is just so good. I was like, what are you talking about? Where are you? He was like, I'm in the other building, but we can still see you through the camera. We're just over here laughing. I looked straight into the camera, and I'm looking for where the indication that the recording is. But even though the camera wasn't recording, they could still see through the camera somehow. They were watching me on that giant projector screen. Everybody. I felt so embarrassed because it's one thing to do stuff in front of the camera, it's one thing to sing or whatever, but it's another thing to be overheard or noticed when you think nobody's watching. I thought it was just me and the AD, okay? Turns out there was an entire audience, a live studio audience, but I got almost $1,000 for that commercial. And I made several $1,000s just doing commercials, just being myself. But I didn't notice it because I was just going in there. I thought I was just doing a job, going home. Okay, it got to the point on that shoot that I saw a text from the producer telling me that I had the best set out of all the talent. And I'm like, wow, that's like really sweet of you. It's still not clicking to me, the lesson out of this. And then after I get home and I go over kind of like the payment timelines and whatnot with the producer, she tells me again, like, you really did such a good job, all that stuff, you know, and they were celebrating a part of me that I had been conditioned to hide. And I just think to myself, if that camera hadn't still kind of been, I don't know what kind of sorcery was at play here, how they could still see me. Even though the camera wasn't rolling, I was gagged, okay? I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but If that hadn't happened, I don't think that I would have been able to have the confidence within myself to be like, this is who I am, deal with it, okay? Because I got paid so much money for that commercial for just being myself. They wanted more of it. And some of us who were just like born this way, born with this kind of weird personality, are taking criticism from people who all they have to offer us is hot breath and attitude. Don't do that anymore, okay? You can actually have people pay you for the things that people used to bully you about.